Hello, good morning, and welcome to another interesting edition of iBrand Daybreak. It's a new month of April, and I say happy new month to you all viewers listening, watching, and wherever you are, all around Nigeria, Lagos, Africa, and everywhere in the world. My name is Margaret Opera, and yes, I have my amazing co-host, Michael Nats. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Margaret.
How do you do?
And how do you do?
I'm fine, thanks.
You look it.
Thank you. So how was your yesterday?
Yesterday, I spent a better part of yesterday here in the studios.
Oh, yeah.
And as usual, in the evening, on your way home, you encounter the heavy traffic and stuff. But generally speaking, it was cool. Oh,
yeah, yesterday something happened, and I'm saying this just to for people to be careful about what you eat. You know, there's some things you eat that are not so good with your body system. I think people should try to understand their body system to know what works for them. Sure. Some persons have allergies to certain things, like let's say some persons have allergies to strawberry or pineapple. So just know what your body system likes, just so you don't end up having food poisoning like me.
It's quite a pity.
I'm fine now. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine now.
Good to hear.
Thanks.
Good to hear. And on the show today, we have news updates, newspaper review, Tweet Central. We have a guest coming up to flesh out topical issues. We also have Entertainment Corner with Success Caminus and lots more. And you don't want to miss this. You definitely wouldn't want to miss it. Let's go on a short break. When we return, we have more for you. Stay with us. You're welcome back. Now, here are the news updates. U.S. Department of State has released a report saying that the alleged killings of protesters at the Lekki toll gate on October 20th, 2020 by soldiers cannot be verified. Tagged 2020 Country Reports on Human Rights Practices, Nigeria. The report explained that accurate information on fatalities resulting from the shooting was not available at the end of the year. The report is contrary to the claims by CNN, which initially reported 38 protesters were killed during the incident, a claim the federal government vehemently rejected. Now, the Defense Space Administration, DSA, says it prevented EndSARS protesters from downing government and military websites. Chief of Defense Space Administration, Rear Admiral William Kayode, said this while briefing members of the Senate Committee on Defense, led by Senator Aliyu Wamako. Kayode, however, called for more funding for the DSA. The presidency says convictions have been made of Nigerians funding Boko Haram terrorists, insisting that people will be shocked when details of the investigation on how the sums of money were transferred to the group will be fully disclosed. A presidential media aide, Garba Shehu, says the federal government will soon make public the names of those who are behind these evil acts. Foreign news now. Jailed Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny has gone on hunger strike in an attempt to force the president holding him outside Moscow to provide him with proper medical care. The fate of Navalny, one of President Vladimir Putin's most prominent critics, is in focus after he said last week that being woken up by a guard every hour during the night amounted to torture, and that his appeals for medical treatment had been ignored. In a handwritten letter addressed to the governor of his prison, which was posted to social media by his team, Navalny said daily requests for a doctor of his choice to examine him and for proper medicine had been ignored. Business news now. The World Trade Organization slightly revised up its forecast for growth this year of global goods trade after a decline in 2020 for less severe than is expected when the coronavirus was struck. The WTO said it expected merchandise trade would grow this year by 8.0% after a fall of 5.3% last year, compared with figures of October of respectively 7.2% growth and a 9.2% decline. The Geneva-based trade body said that growth should slow to 4.0% in 2022, with the effects of the pandemic continuing to be felt and with global trade below its pre-pandemic trend. Margaret?
All right, thank you so much, Michael, for that news update. Us listening, and lots of interesting stories over there. You can still have some of the stories on our website and also all our social media platforms. And now we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll delve into the review of the daily headlines or daily paper reviews on our national dailies today. So stay with us.
Oh boy, winning was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This food is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes. True unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare. Fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and its energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash. Your body go dey pay you, even your fingernails go dey pay you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Make your food yummy.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081-6397-4447, 080-3564-4436, 070-6663-8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This na real Banga. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food is already. Everybody follow me chop Banga, hey Banga, oh. Make you follow me chop Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use Banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, for make your food yummy.
Hi everyone, my name is Chinwe Ebili. I'm here to introduce to you a very nutritious food produced and packaged by Pali Agro Products Limited. For this reason, the market has increased in stock. What are we talking about? True unripe plantain flour. It contains iron, fiber, vitamin B6, which helps your digestive system. Take a close look. True unripe plantain flour, because it is satisfying, unique, and good for the red blood cell. It reduces risk of diabetes and excellent for production. Hurry now while the stock lasts. True unripe plantain flour is available in all leading stores nationwide. Produced and packaged by Pali Agro Products Limited, Ashikpa Village in Ogun State. True unripe plantain flour superfood for healthy living.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Now, you're welcome back. Joining us for the newspaper review segment today is Femi Johnson, a public affairs analyst. Femi, you're welcome.
Good morning, Nath.
Welcome again, Femi.
Thanks for having me as usual.
Right, welcome, Femi.
Okay, now let's kick off with some of today's headlines in the dailies, starting with the Punch. PDP, others carpet federal government as U.S. alleges massive graft in Buhari regime. We have it there with riders, corruption pervasive in government, including judiciary, security agencies. That's coming from the U.S. Another rider there, rights abuses under Buhari government worse than under military dictatorship, says PDP. FG, APC keep mum over report. Verdict depressing, says CDHR ex-president. Still from the Punch, Soludo whereabouts unknown. 3 policemen killed as gunmen attack summit. Still from the bottom part of the paper, we have 30 dead cows get mass burial. Ondo health workers monitor markets.
All right, now we'll move to the Nigerian Tribune. The top story here says, gunmen attack Soludo, kill 3 police aides, and the rider says whisk away commissioner. Bandits kill 8 in renewed attacks in Kaduna, and 3 policemen killed, 4 others missing in Akwa Ibom Court War. More details on page 22, 23, and 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. At the top corner says the UCH patients grapple with water scarcity, reduction in surgeries. Details on page 2. And also by my left it says claims soldiers killed protesters not verified, coming from US report. And also COVID-19 news, Nigerian gets $1.5 million grant for safe school reopening. And beneath the paper says 70% of farmers in Ibarapa, Oke, Ogun have abandoned their farms, coming from the Alafin of Oyo, and accuses security agents of releasing suspected criminals. And 81 monarchs reject proposed ranching from herdsmen in Ekiti State. Details on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And coming from The Guardian, we have a screaming headline there. A shortage of COVID-19 vaccines sparks fears of fakery. Hoarding. From the right-hand side of the paper, we have a British envoy laments Nigeria's worsening insecurity. And from the bottom part, military opts for full force against terrorism, banditry.
All right, now on to the Nation newspaper. The top story says Buni-led caretaker tenure that's coming to ABC chairman under pressure, and plots seeking to extend party's membership registration shift of convention. Now that's the rider of the top story. And by the right says Ebonyi herdsmen attack, death toll rising to 25. And also the Alafin accuses security men of sabotaging local effort. And also Ekiti Okay, gunmen attack Soludo, abducts commissioner. And also the U.S. report says no evidence of massacre at Lekki toll gate. The stories just keep reoccurring and coming on. So that's the Michael you have
in virtually all the papers. Now, for analysis by our guest here, we are taking this report from The Punch. PDP others carpet federal government as U.S. alleges massive graft in Buhari's regime. Yeah, Femi?
Well, in reaction to that, this adage comes to my mind. It is often said that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Yeah.
And for a Buhari-led administration who has been shouting or saying change to be his mantra, or the promise to bring change to governance, Nigerians are expecting more. Don't forget, when Nigerians voted for President Muhammadu Buhari, they voted because of his disposition to, or against corruption.
Yeah.
You're aware of what he did as military head of state, where he started the war against indiscipline and some of his anti-corruption activities with Idiabo and the rest of that.
And I thought all those were accredited to Idiabo.
Yeah, well, both of them had to work together. They were part of that administration. And now, as a democratically elected president, Nigerians are expecting more. And what have we seen in recent times? Well, it's for Nigerians to judge. But we must establish, although if you look at the president or the presidency in recent times, we've never had allegations of corruption, we've not had that. But if you look at other arms of government, the judiciary, the legislative arm, you remember what happened to the former CGN. There were allegations of corruption, which was why, according to the presidency, he was removed.
That's talking about Onoge.
Onoge, you understand, he was removed. And then you have a lot of government agencies who have been accused of corruption, misappropriation. You remember what is happening presently with NNPC, some of the funds, the National Assembly. So much is yet to be seen when it comes to the anti-corruption war in Nigeria. And I must say this, you see, for us to have a proper anti-corruption war, for it to be productive in Nigeria, we must strengthen the institutions that are to champion this cause. I'll give you an example. We have the EFCC, you have the ICPC.
Okay.
But what do we have in Nigeria? We have individuals who are more influential than the EFCC in Nigeria. You see, something happened in the US, which was when Donald Trump was the president, when the insurrection happened, which the president then was accused of playing some roles or inciting some people as regards the insurrection that happened at the US Capitol. The president was questioned. That is a place where rule of law prevails.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Until that happens in Nigeria, the anti-corruption war cannot be productive.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Femi. Thank you for always being a guest.
It's my pleasure always.
All right then. And now we'll go on a short commercial. When we come back, we'll discuss the nationwide strike by the resident doctors that, of course, will begin today, the 1st of April. We'll have a guest on the show, but you'll meet him after this short break. So stay with us.
From the farm, he good for body. No chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food is done ready. Everybody follow me chop banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me chop away. Banga cook don't easy. Banga na palm fruit where they come out. Put them inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup where you like. And other food them like rice, beans, and even yam. Now Pali Agro Product Limited then they manufacture them. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, make your food yummy.
Hi everyone, my name is Chinwe Ebili. I'm here to introduce to you a very nutritious food produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited. For this reason, the market has increased in stock What are we talking about? True unripe plantain flour. It contains iron, fiber, vitamin B6, which helps your digestive system. Take a close look. True unripe plantain flour, because it is satisfying, unique, and good for the red blood cell. It reduces risk of diabetes and excellent for production. Hurry now while the stock lasts. True unripe plantain flour is available in all leading stores nationwide. Produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited, Ashikpa Village in Ogun State. True unripe plantain flour, superfood for healthy living.
Welcome back to iBrand Daybreak Thursday. Now, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NOT, has said it will embark on an indefinite strike beginning from April the 1st, which is today, if the federal government failed to meet its demands. The purpose of the labor action is to push for the settlement of their demands. The doctors are demanding, among other things, payment of salaries, arrears, and review of the current hazard allowance to 50% of consolidated basic salaries of all health workers, and payment of the outstanding COVID-19 inducement allowance, especially in state-owned tertiary institutions. According to the association, none of its members has benefited from a life insurance scheme put in place by the federal government after considering the danger health workers are exposed to during the pandemic. The threatened work stoppage would be the third of such strike over the same demands within the past 9 years or months. Joining us today to give more insight into this very important discussion is Dr. Tuyi. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Tuyi, good morning. Dr.
Morning.
Now, in view of the sensitive nature of their profession, that is taking care of the sick and saving lives, are doctors supposed to go on strike?
Again, in view of the sensitive nature of their work and the fact that they are saving life, are doctors not supposed to be paid? I think we should start the discussion from that perspective, in view of the kind of work they are rendering, having to, because you see, if you do health work, part of you die gradually and even faster. So are they not supposed to be paid? So before we situate, we put it in at the cost of the doctors. Let's put the responsibility first at the people that are hiring. There are conditions precedent to hiring me. There are conditions incident to what I do and the output, and then those ones are not being. What am I supposed to do? Fold my arms, look, open my mouth, and wish that the manna falls from heaven. So again, the core point, the leadership of the health system is given direction from the federal government, okay, or from the employer, as the case may be, whether federal, state, or whoever. There are critical policies that drive health system, and at every point in time, you're supposed to perform your duty so that you can, you accrue the right intervention to the health system so that you can get the right bank for the box. So these are clear issues. So first of all, we should start from that
perspective.
From that angle. You've signed agreements, June, strike on the same issue. September, strike on the same issues. April now, strike on the same issues. Before now, since 2000, in all my trainings, I've been a doctor for 32 years now.
Wow.
And my own number is 16767. That's permanent registration number. Okay? And all I have known
from the time of Becker is issue of strike. Those days, doctors, resident doctors were pushing for proper governance, using the instrument of saying that, listen, let's do proper governance. But again, a lot of things cropped into it. It now became pecuniary because you saw what government allocates to themselves. We saw the role because, and the fact is that quite a lot of these people have a secondary place or a first place they've chosen to access their own healthcare services and not Nigeria. Okay? They can easily jump into plane and go to Dubai, go to Germany, go to US, go to Britain to go and access health. So the rest of us are thrown under the bus. So, okay, you can go to hell. And then, we've seen that even as of now, can you imagine 32 years ago, 16,767. As of today, the total number of doctors in Nigeria, 74,000, less than 70. Out of that, only 60% of them are actually active. 60%. The rest, they are into all sorts of things. In fact, I rather want to come and join your media now so that you can employ me and I can work there. So, in reality, lack of trust, government violation of, because if you are a government, if you are the president, once or government or anybody or representing government, once you utter a word, I have signed this agreement, I am going to do this. It's law.
Okay, Dr. Tsuyi, you mentioned that the strike has been a recurring event, and this is the third strike of such demands in the past 9 months. So, what really do you think the problem is? Why does this keep lingering? When in fact the doctors are essential workers, like you said, and I agree, and they should be paid. So, why does this keep lingering?
Because you see, one, there's first and foremost, there's insincerity on the part of the government or employer this time. And secondly, we have not holistically think our health system out. Okay? Nigeria in 2000 in Abuja, there was Abuja declaration that says that 15% of your budget should go to health. Nigeria is doing paltry GDP 3.8%. So what is that going to touch? The Nigerian population is growing 5%, 4%, 5%. Regularly, 200 million people, 50,000 or thereabout number of doctors, most of them concentrated in the big cities. Pharmacists, 1/3, 24,000 pharmacists in this country. Nurses, maybe times 2 of that, that's the number. We are seeing health workers. And then the major challenge is this: there's no clear health system governance. The health system governance is linked to the health system performance and health outcomes. You won't be surprised that Nigeria is the headquarter of TB, HIV, maternal mortality, under 5 mortality. And of course, there may be the life expectancy notched up a bit to like 58, 59 or so as it is now. For women, of course, women, say they're older, they get, they stay older than men in a way. So all the terrible health indices are comforting us. And then you now saw, even in this, we're having a Lassa fever pandemic or Ebola pandemic or cholera pandemic and all those pandemics that are, coming into the country, decimating the population, driving them down to poverty. Government is not responding. Now, what is our critical health infrastructure to respond to emergency? Because the thing is this: you can be mounting SDGs, you can be talking everything that you like. Those are just stories. Because the quality of your economy is related to the quality of the health system that you have established. What health system have you established? The only thing we've seen is that if you have sprain, the big people run abroad. And most of the people, you have the national health insurance, a big scam. 2% of the population being covered by national. And look at the fraud. Even when people now move in money to Nigeria, it's okay, we are multilateral bilateral organization, we're moving money to Nigeria. The money is still being embezzled. So what do you expect anybody to do? You go on strike.
Yeah, okay. On several occasions, the federal government had always come up with the threat of firing the doctors who go on strike. And the question now is this in any way going to deter the doctors from going on strike? Number one, do you think there is any justification for this threat or action taken by the government?
You see, we're shortcuts. We have a short fuse. We want to quickly achieve, okay, you know what? let's do this thing, so that people can. How can we be living a life of threat? Okay, now are you going to manufacture doctors overnight? Listen, it takes how many years? Minimum of 7 years to train a doctor. Are you going to manufacture them? Even the whole world. Let me even do an assessment of the whole world. Out of the 57 countries in their health system need, 37 of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. We account for more than 60% of the burden of diseases in the world. So okay, you sack them. So you're going to employ pastors and imams to do miracle. Well, do that. So it's even a very, very wrong thinking. Because if I were to be National Association of Resident Doctors, if I were to be part of the leadership, you know what I'm going to do? I will bring the agreements that you have signed in the past. I'll bring all the agreements. I'll take that agreement to court to enforce the agreement you have signed. You can't just wake up and be signing an agreement with me every time, and then when they say pay the money, 5,000 naira hazard, what's the meaning of that? So, pay me money, you are now telling me that you come and negotiate what? You have signed an agreement. I will take it before the Supreme Court or whatever court and say, listen, I want to enforce this agreement that these people have signed. Let us take it to that realm and embarrass them further. So it is very embarrassing that government is not figuring how to take care of the health of the people. No concrete plan. Look at it, primary health care center all over Nigeria. 30,000. In whose hand? Local government people. What is local government people? We've seen gradual reduction of the effectiveness of local government. They are not funded. They jack their money. They do all sorts of things. How are they going to touch health system? Wow. At that local level? Because when that is not touched at local level, you see those people trickling to general hospitals, trickling to teaching hospitals. They're not supposed to be there. The primary health system is not funded. You give it to the weakest link in the whole federation structure. That's the local government. So then they woke up in 2011 or so and said that, okay, we're doing primary health care under one roof. 20% of them are functioning. No equipment, no nothing. These are the people that can absorb some of these challenges that those doctors and the National Association of Resident Doctors are facing. Yeah. But you abandon all those things. And then you cannot even rethink what you can do about health financing. Well, we're here. Everybody will go on strike. People cannot figure out that these petroleum drivers, tankers, or whatever they call themselves, they're also essential to Nigeria, because whenever they're on strike, the whole place is locked down. I cannot go anywhere. They don't know how it affects my health. Nobody can. They just won't go on strike like going to Mushin. So,
Doc, one would expect that because of your profession, you should have kind of sympathy and empathy for fellow human beings. Now that you're going on strike, what is going to be the fate of the sick? Those who would need medical attention. Is there any kind of ad hoc provision or something?
Obviously, tell you what, there are layers in medical profession.
Okay.
There are those that cannot go on strike.
Oh, good.
There are senior doctors who will still attend to the critical ones. There are paramedicals, there are nurses who will still attend to the critical ones. But the core work of the health system at the secondary and tertiary levels are done by the resident doctors. Okay. So you're going to see a gap, huge gap in that regard. Definitely. But the attention will not be optimal. 57 or so federal medical institutions, 20 teaching hospitals, 22 federal medical centers, just 7 psychiatric centers. Wow. Look at the burden. 7 psychiatric centers all over Nigeria. 7. Look at the burden, the COVID, the mental health burden that the COVID has impacted on Nigeria. How many psychiatrists do you even have in the country?
Right, Dr. Tu,
less than 100.
We know we have you have a lot to talk about this, but we have to wrap up this segment. But now you're still with us in the studio, I guess, and we have another amazing segment with you, Dr. Tu, NO.1. So thank you for sharing your thoughts on this topic.
Thank you.
All right, now we have to go on a short break. Now, when we come back, we'll bring Success Caminos to bring us up to speed with what's happening in the entertainment industry. You do not want to miss this. It's Thursday and we take it lighter on Thursday. So stay with us.
from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all, this na real banga. No more wala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food is done ready. Everybody follow me to banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me to parade. Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit where they come out. Put them inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup where you like. And other food them like rice, beans, and even yam. Now Pali Agro Product Limited then they manufacture them. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, for make your food yummy.
Hi everyone, my name is Chinwe Ebili. I'm here to introduce to you a very nutritious food produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited. For this reason, the market has increased in stock. What are we talking about? True unripe plantain flour. It contains iron, fiber, vitamin B6, which helps your digestive system. Take a close look. True unripe plantain flour, because it is satisfying, unique, and good for the red blood cell. It reduces risk of diabetes and excellent for production. Hurry now while the stock lasts. True unripe plantain flour is available in all leading stores nationwide. Produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited, Ashikpa Village in Ogun State. True unripe plantain flour, superfood for healthy living.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am, take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again, my brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Make your food yummy.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081-6397-4447, 080-3564-4436, 070-6663-8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Welcome to the Entertainment Corner on iBrand Daybreak. My name is Success Cabinet. Now, Nollywood actress Bukumi Oluwashino is over the moon as she just added 3 new plaques to her shelf and has taken to social media to celebrate her unexpected win. In a post on Instagram, the mom of one shared photos of 3 new awards as she thanked everyone who made this feat possible by voting her at the Nigerian Women Achievers Award. She continued by saying that it was also a win for her fans as she promised to keep giving her best in everything that she does. Bukumi backed the award for Best Actress of the Year, Brand Influencer of the Year, and Humanitarian of the Year all in one night. Amazing fit. I love women. I love to see women, you know, do great things like this. Now, Annie Idibia shares clips of her daughter singing. Popular Nollywood actress and wife of singer Tubaba, Annie Idibia, has shared an adorable video of her second daughter, Olivia, singing. In the video shared via Annie's official Instagram account, Olivia is seen sitting on the bed, striking the chords on her small guitar as she passionately sings her version of Maven Records' newest act, Arya Stars Away. In the caption, the proud mom tagged Don Jazzy to see the musical trouble he has created in her home. She wrote, "My little superstar at official Olivia Idibia tried to do the cover of Arya Stars Away. Beautiful song. Adon Jazzy, you dey see the wahala una don cause for my house." Meanwhile, celebrities could not help but gush over the little girl's performance, with Linda Osifo commenting, "Superstar Olivia." Lala Kindoju said, "She's committed to the performance. I love it." And Real Worry Pikin said, "Who she dey talk to?" Maven boss Don Jazzy and Arya Star also dropped remarks regarding Olivia's performance, with Arya Star herself saying she definitely sang it better. The boss said it, and Don Jazzy said, "Oh, Shay, I think she nailed the performance, but I am just as confused as Real Worry Pikin. Who was Olivia singing to?" Now, finally, Burna Boy is nominated for Best International Act at 2021 Brits Award. Now, the Grammy Award winner and 2-time recipient of BET's Best International Award and MTV Europe Music Awards Best African Act, Burna Boy, has secured back-to-back nomination in the Best International Act category of the 41st edition of the Brits Award. The Afro-fusion musician, who was nominated alongside veteran American icon Bruce Springsteen, Irish singer-songwriter Dermot Kennedy, American singer-rapper Post Malone, and American rapper Tyler, the Creator, in the same category in last year's award, is nominated this year alongside American singer and rapper Donald Glover, veteran music icon Bruce Springsteen, record producer Tame Impala, and Canadian singer The Weeknd. Now, the superstar, whose successful 5th studio album Twice as Tall echoed the sounds of Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, Kenya, Jamaica, and the United States, received massive international acclaim and appreciation for its innovation, Africanness, and authenticity. The album broke into and shattered the music charts across the world. It peaked at #1 on the World Album on Billboard chart, attained the #1 spot in more than 59 countries on Apple Music, the #1 spot in more than 13 countries on iTunes, #1 on the UK iTunes and Apple Music chart, and topped most African music charts. And the homegrown international music star, who recently took home the Grammy for the Global Music Award, is one of the biggest contributors to the explosion of Nigerian music across the whole world. You guys know I was here to report that to you. Somebody even called me a burnout girl, and I don't mind to be associated with such great feat. Back to you, Margaret.
All right, thank you, Bonner Girl, for that. That's what you want to be called, Bonner Girl, for real?
I don't mind. You know, Grammys here in Africa, I'm all for it.
All right, now, congratulations, Bonner Boy, for your international awards and more to come. And also, congratulations to booking me. Like you said, I like when women do great things, including men to do great things. And about Olivia Idibia, if the parents can actually do train her more and groom her more, she'll be an amazing star, even more than her father. Yeah, you agree, right? All right, thank you. Success. Now we're going on a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss more topical issues on the show today. So stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
You're warmly welcome back. Now, the medical tourism is fast becoming a culture among many Nigerians due to the deplorable state of the healthcare system in the country. Now, every year, thousands of people leave the country for various forms of treatments abroad, when such treatment should have been carried out here in Nigeria. Nigerians exiting the country to seek medical treatment has increased and have a huge impact on the nation's economy. Nigerians who cannot afford to go abroad for medical treatment have for decades suffered from an inadequately funded healthcare system, as call it clinics and hospitals. We still have here in the studio with us Dr. Tui.
Thank you, Dr. Tui, for
Thank you.
Yeah, there was this revelation or report that about Nigeria loses 576 billion naira annually to
medical tourism.
Medical tourism. During his campaign, President Muhammad Buhari promised to either curtail tourism, medical tourism among government functionaries, or stop it altogether. But now it turns out that the president happens to be playing a leading role. Since 2015, one can't believe it. He has embarked on such trip for 6 times and counting.
It's going to be a huge issue trying to talk the president or even Nigerians off medical tourism. Because you see, let's face it, health is a service. It obeys market and economic rules, and laws. You want to seek the best care where you can get it, because life has no duplicate. And then there are increasing sophistication, of health system, health delivery, and how you arrange everything. We're not flowing with the sophistication. Beautifully, we're going with the IT and all those things. Good enough. That's why you can see that innovation hub is being set up in Nigeria. But the health has been left behind. Why is health left behind? One, you need that kind of finance, okay, to turn the health system around. Like I said sometimes, maybe here, that you see, it was my professor in Harvard that said, you want to change the health system, follow the money. Now, look at it. We've seen a massive bailout of aviation industry. Okay, huge money. We've seen a deliberate transfer of money to some industries. what they call multinationals. They want to save jobs. Nice, good. But tell you what, can't we see people that can also say, listen, let's transform health system. What does it require? To transform health system, health is not cheap. The building, the human resources, the equipment, the processes, they're not cheap.
Yeah, I'll just come into that now. Now let's talk about, sorry to cut you, but let's talk about our inadequately funded healthcare system in Nigeria, because like you said, health is paramount, and it's people would always seek for the best medical treatment. It doesn't matter if they can afford it. But about the COVID-19 emergence, one would have thought that it would be the best opportunity to adequately fund your medical system. Even when we had ventilators coming, we had issues of ventilators are missing. So where are all of these things coming from, Dr. Tui?
Well, again, you have to really get to the government to understand what is their big issue, the big picture as health system is concerned. I'm 3 tiers of health system: the primary, secondary, and tertiary. Okay, they want to conceptualize what they want to see in terms of health outcomes, design the governance, look at the funding to it. And then, because, growing up, you can't talk, and Indian doctors can't talk to me. In medical school, in my own years in medical school, what do they know? But we've seen what has happened. They ran out of their country. They came back, they had what we call reverse brain drain. They came back and set up centers that can compete. In fact, indeed, one of the centers that I know, the Asian Heart Institute in Mumbai, for instance, was funded by a center, by an hospital in Ohio. Okay, so we've seen return of people, but again, look at us. There are no roads, no infrastructure, no lights, no water. The whole system of regulation is messed up. People want to extract money from you at all costs. It's just, who's going to invest in that kind of system? Who's going to put his money in that kind of health system? Are you going to tell Indians to come and build? I can even tell you that there was an attempt at one of the leading hospitals in India to build a big multi-level center, multi-specialty center in Nigeria. It went up in a flame. It can't happen because, again, the input will be too much. And we're not seeing a system whereby, somebody will say, let me build this system out with this billion amount of dollars. Nigeria loses more than $10 billion every year on health tourism. And that's a huge, huge amount of money that we can catch on. So, for us, you want to stop health tourism working. It has to be from us inside Nigeria that we must be able to have cooperation to build a health system that can compete even with government. And where is the fund going to come from?
So now the doctors, do they have a part to play in this, like stopping health stories? As a way of getting your final thoughts on this now, do the doctors have a part to play in a lot of this?
It must be a deliberate effort, even by the government, a policy, because again, you watch people's body language. If the president has a problem with the air and all that thing, and then run abroad, if I have my own problem with the air, what will I do? There was a governor in the south side that built an hospital that was making so much noise about it. Not too long, he had, a sprain. And he didn't go to the hospital, he ran abroad. And let's get it. You see, the core of building health system, the most important thing in the health system is human resources for health.
Yeah, human resources for health. Thank you so much.
If once you don't have that, you cannot build health system.
All right, thank you.
Tourism continues.
Thank you, Dr. T. Member Wonderful, for coming on the show. We hope to have more in us.
Thank you, Maggie.
And a happy Doctor's Day in arrears. I know it was some days ago, and we wish you happy Doctor's Day. Thank you,
okay,
Dr.
Thank you.
All right, now this is where we've got to wrap on this segment, but don't go nowhere, because when we come back, we have another interesting segment, which is the Street Central. You do not want to miss this. So stay with us.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound. Your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do now make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Yeah, make your food yummy.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447, 080 35 64 4436, 070 66 63 8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Many thanks for joining us again. If you're just tuning in, this is still iBrand. And yes, I will say you've missed a lot of segments, but not to worry. You can watch the repeat of it or tune into our social media platform tomorrow by 9 a.m. so you don't miss interesting segments. And now Twitter has been bubbling. A lot of things have happened on Twitter and they will still happen on Twitter. We'll take a look at some of these interesting trends right now. Pete Edochie is trending again on Twitter.
Sure.
And this time he came out to say feminism is why women get beaten up in marriage, coming from Pete Edochie. Now, the actor said modern women lack a basic skill like cooking to keep their husbands happy, adding that women are usually to blame for cases of domestic violence. And a Twitter user at Joey Akpan tweeted and said, "What I find sad is that press will go to Pete Edochie, a legend of screen, and instead of asking him about film and wonders of television, they will try to extract clickbait takes from him. Why is marriage your interview focus instead of his vast technical knowledge?" And I would agree with this Twitter user Joey Akpan. You know, people have areas of specialization.
Yeah.
You can ask a pilot about media. Yeah, I know other people say Pete has been married for many years and he has this experience, but then irrespective of what your experience is, I think there's no excuse for violence. And feminism, there are different genres of feminism, different genres, the liberal feminism, the different genres of feminism. So if you really know what feminism is about, it's not really what the feminists it's not really what they think feminism is, the Nigerian kind of feminist now.
Okay.
Feminisms have different parts. So you're saying feminism is the reason why women get beaten up in marriage. It's more like justifying violence in marriage. Michael, now do you have something to say?
There are different reactions to a particular action.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't blame Pete Edochie because that is his own opinion. That is his own view, and he's entitled to it.
Of course, he is.
Whatever he says is left for the hearer to either abide by it or do away with it.
But don't forget, Pete is also a man of it's a public figure, and whatever he says, people would always want to look to what.
Sure.
Well, it's okay. Pete Edochie has said what he has to say. We have said all we have to say on the show today. So many thanks for joining us on this show today. Many thanks for being our guest, our viewer, and also many thanks for being with us. But before we go, I'll leave you with this quote. It's coming from the Bible. You know, we are almost celebrating Easter, and it says, "Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." Guard your hearts with all diligence, because from it proceeds the issues of life. My name is Margaret Opara.
And I'm Michael Nath. We'll see you again on the last edition of the program tomorrow, Friday. Catch you then.